Sup peeps, 9 sales today. Might have guessed that from the thumbnail. There was a wee bit of a clue, you know. Going to run through those sales, but also want to give you a wee update on what we're going to do with our live sale. So I've decided I'm going to go ahead and give that a shot. I've worked out some logistics behind it because it's not going to be a particularly easy process to manage, but I think I've worked out how to do it so that it can be as successful as possible and hopefully give any of you guys that want to join in some really good deals. The best I can possibly provide them for. But more about that in a minute or three. First, let's have a look at a couple of orders that are going out the door. And a few of these I've already picked up titles that will be going out on the Monday live sale, which will be at 7 p.m. So yeah, we know they sell. Anything that's going up in that sale is stuff that would have picked up and list myself on eBay. And in fact, anything that doesn't sell, which I imagine will be quite a lot of it, will be going on eBay and I'll be selling it and making money that way from it. So there'll be there's no waste, if you want to put it that way. Right, first sale of the day. A stack of Wimpy Kids. So 5 Jeff Kinney books, 4 of them hardcovers, 1 of them paperback, all in good condition. That is always the key. Good condition or better. You know, good's the very minimum. These are probably all very good, to be honest with you. And the 5 of them sold for £11.49. Postage included. Next, a nice little sale. This is a first time buyer on eBay, and it's this one, Solving the Mystery of Watercolour. This sold for £17.99. That's including postage, and it's going somewhere continental. Desiree, France, Spain, Italy. Don't know. I've not gone and looked up the address, but yeah, that one is going international shipping, £17.99. So that was a nice little sale there. And I think I actually spoke about some of those books perhaps yesterday. Maybe on the live stream. I can't remember. I spoke about it anyway. And I've sold a few of these painting craft type books. Some in bundles, some individually, and they do seem to sell for quite good money. Not fast. They're not, very few books are fast sellers, let's be honest. But they do move as it goes. Right, next sale. Something a bit more normal. Kate Ellis, The Jackal Man. Good condition paperback. And that sold for £7.24. Let's do another one. Another first time buyer. Not to me, but on eBay, because their feedback's won after buying this book. Milk and Honey by Ruby Kaur. Again, really good condition, little paperback. I picked this up a while ago because it looked nice. It looked like the type of book that when somebody wants it, they're going to find it. So it might not go fast, but the right buyer will come along at the right time. That sold for £6.84. And, right, a wee bit in the live sale. How is it going to work? So it will be a live stream. The bidding will be through the comments. But before we get there, on Sunday, I'm going to put out a shortish, longish, I don't know how long it'll take, video just showing all the items, all the stock I've got that I'm going to be putting up on the Monday sale. Now, some of these will be individual books, some of them will be bundles by author, so it could be a bundle of George R.R. Martin, a bundle of Ian Rankin, a bundle of James Patterson, individual books. You know, I've already got a couple of Dark Knight graphic novels, which have an eBay price of about £8 to £10. They'll be going up as individuals. So just now I've got maybe 80 titles ready to go, but as soon as I'm done with this today, when I go to the post office to drop off my parcels, I'm jumping in to do another pickup, and that could be anything from 100 to 300 books. So I'll see what I get on that pickup, and that's the place where I tend to get some really good high value items, signed editions and all sorts. So they'll all be up as well. How it will work, and I'll repeat this obviously at the start of the live sale, and I'll do a reminder on Sunday's video when I'm going through how, what is going to be listed, what's going to be available. But I will stick up a comment when an auction's ready to begin, and it'll have, the item number for my reference, the title, and the starting bid. Every single item is going to be starting at 50 pence per book. So if it's a single book, it'll be starting at 50p. If it's a bundle of 6 books, it'll be starting at £3. That's the cheapest I can start them at, that I'm not going to make a loss in running the sale this way. There will be postage on top of that once we get to the paying for it. Anything up to 2 kilos will be, I think it's £3.29. I'll double check. I always second guess myself at this. £3.29, anything up to 2 kilos. 2 kilos and up above, up to 20 kilos, is £6.49. So that means that if you're buying 4, 5, 6 paperbacks, it's going to come in under the 2 kilos and the postage will be £3.99. If it's going above that, then it's going to be £6.49. So if you're looking to pick up stuff to resell, make sure you're thinking about that in the prices, because if you buy 5 books and you pay £3.50 in postage, then there's going to be very, very little margin in there. And I want to be very transparent and honest about this. But if you buy 50 books, then that additional postage cost is much, much less per item, so there will still be a good bit of margin. A lot of the books that will be listed are books that sell for £3 to £4. That's their going rate. So the kind of 50 pence is where you would want to be to buy them. So I imagine a lot will go for that money, if any sell at all. That'll be the kind of value. But there will be items in there that are worth an awful lot more and are worth paying more for. So maybe we'll get a wee bit of a higher price on those. But just want to make that really open and clear. Starting will be 50 pence per book. It'll run for maybe up to 30 seconds. So I put in that starting comment with my reference number, title, and starting bids, and then it's over to you guys. You just put in what you would want to pay for it. The first bid has to be at least that starting amount. So if it's a single book, 0.50, 50p, and then you can bid up from there in any increments you like. You can go from 50p to £500, or you can go from 50p to 51p. That's entirely on whatever you want to pay for them. At the end of the 30-ish seconds comes to an end, and whoever's got the highest bid at that point will have won that auction. And then I'll put up the next title and we'll start the process again and run through them as quickly as we can. The video on Sunday, I will show them in order that they're going to appear on the sale. So I don't imagine this is going to be a quick 20-minute sale, but it will give you an idea. If we're looking at about 30 seconds to a minute per item, then you'll know roughly where anything you're interested in will be likely to appear in the actual live sale. Once you have, if hopefully somebody will buy a book, once you've won that bid, what you need to do is email me your YouTube username and your shipping address, and I can then prepare an invoice and send that back to you so that it can be paid. So as soon as you win one auction, you can do that, and at the end of the whole process, I'll have accumulated all of your orders, assuming you're buying more than one, and send off an invoice for all of them in total. But you only need to email me once. So once you've won one, you can send that email through and it's good to go. And if you're positive and sure that you're going to get something, you can send me your username and shipping address before you've even won anything, and that information will be there. But I'll share the email, etc., that I'm going to use for that on the Sunday breakdown, so that it can all be nice and clean. I'll probably be setting up just a new email account just for the sales, so that it's nice and clean and easy for me to find. What else do we need to talk about there? So yeah, once you've won it, you email me my username and your billing shipping address. I'll send you an invoice. As soon as that's paid, your books will get shipped out to you. If it's under 2 kilos, it's going to be Royal Mail 48 hour. If we go above that, then it'll just be going with DPD next day. So they'll come out pretty quickly to you, one way or another. The lots, the plan is that I'll show you what order they're going to be, and we'll share what all the different titles are and give you a wee look at them on Sunday. But I'm going to do them in genre lots, so we may start with thrillers and then have women's fiction, then fantasy and horror, non-fiction, running it through like that. So again, if there's a particular genre you're interested in, you'll know roughly whereabouts in the timeline from 7 o'clock onwards that they might be up for sale, so you can jump in and grab them. We'll see if this works. I really don't know if it's going to go, if it's something that's going to be a good enough price for you guys if you're reselling, but there will be some nice collectibles in there. I'm trying to make up a few complete sets from certain authors. Excuse me, but no spoilers on that one just now. You'll see them on Sunday if I manage to pull that together. Yeah, and let's just see how it goes. So I hope some of you can join me. I'm doing this with quite short notice because I don't want it to get out of hand. So a good handful of you guys coming on who want to pick up a couple of bargains means that I can run through what I've got. Hopefully we can do a few deals. You guys will get what you need for a good enough price, and I'll at least make my money back and be able to keep picking stuff up and moving it on to yourselves. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. Anyway, let's look at some more sales, because we've only got 9 to go through today. Next up is 6 Lindsay Davis paperbacks. We've got, these don't go out very often, but they do sell in bundles. The Accusers. Ooh, this one's trying to escape from my hand. Scandal Takes a Holiday. Alexandria. Three Hands in the Fountain. The Ides of April. Falco, The New Generation. And The Jupiter Myth. So they're all Roman fiction. I'm assuming they're crime series. Yes. To find a drowned man headfirst down a well was slightly unusual. Exciting, maybe. There you go. So that's the Lindsay Davis books. They're going out and they sold for £14.59 for the 6 of those. Next, another little book in its own. The Glass House by Eve Chase. So again, good condition. Really clean spine. I mean, it's very good nick. Could probably be sold as new. It really is banging clean. That sold for £6.84. What else do we got here? We've got The Dice Man. That's a brilliant book. Read that when I was much younger. It's one of those books you read when you're kind of late teens, early 20s and go, wow man, that's amazing. And then reality kicks in. So The Dice Man by Luke Reinhardt. There's a few different editions of this. This is a much newer edition. The original paperback, which is kind of a classic 90s looking thing, goes for a bit more. Yeah, there we go. Another random bookmark in there as well. That sold for £6.84. 2 to go. Two orders to go. We have Warhammer 40k Codex for Eye of Terror. Really good condition. Only listed this quite recently. It's one of the stack that I'd pulled together and thought, right, let's try that on Amazon. But the Amazon account is taking so long to get set up. Well, a week. I don't know how long it should take, but it's a week so far and it's still not been approved and gone through. Although they've accepted everything, it just keeps up saying, come back in 2 hours, come back in 2 hours. Don't know what's going on. So I just backed it up on eBay just to make sure I'm getting some sales, got to keep the money coming in. And that sold for £25. Again, postage included on that one. Last little sale. Last one for the day. Isn't it sad? We have Stuart McBride. 3 Stuart McBride paperbacks sold for £9.99. We've got The Dead of Winter, No Less the Devil, and The Coffin Maker's Garden. So the 3 of them, £9.99. Nice little sale. I've got a reasonable stack of Stuart McBride already for the sale on Monday. So I say everything that I'm going to be putting out there is stuff that I know sells because I sell it myself. So it's not trying to clear out all the old rubbish. It's stuff that I know that sells, or the kind of books that I would always pick up because I think they look interesting and they might have value and there could be a good chance that they will sell. I hope that makes sense. But 3 Stuart McBride paperbacks there selling for £9.99. That's including postage. So that means that from that sale, I'm going to be making about £3 back. So if you were to pay 50p each for those books, you're going to make £1.50 on that kind of sale. A £10 sale, you'd be making £1.50. So again, keeping it realistic for what your expectations would be. You're not going to pick up, 10 books for 50p and make £100. Pick up 10 books for 50p, then you're going to make about 10 times 50p for the most part. Let's be honest about that. If you bundle them up well, you can make more than that. Depends whether they sell through promoted listings where eBay will take a higher fee. There's lots of different considerations, but full transparency, that's what it's likely to be. I'm looking at potentially getting books even cheaper than I do. So if this first sale works and it's something that is repeatable, then there's an opportunity where I'll be able to go and get an awful lot more stock at a slightly cheaper price. So might be able to bring that starting bid down to maybe 30p, 35p, which means that you can get like 3 books for £1, which makes it a bit more worthwhile getting them shipped out and going. But for now, I don't think I'm able to do that because I've got to make sure that I don't lose money in doing this. And it's going to take a good few hours, obviously, for getting the stock, prepping it, running the sale itself, and then the shipping potentially to come after that. So if everything went out, I could be looking at 12-15 hours of work. So there's got to be some margin in that, even though it is really just a trial to see how it works. Anyway, that is all to talk about today, and I've just remembered my coffee sat there going cold. Now it's gone. Yeah, I think that is all really to talk about today. I'm hoping to pick up some really, really, really nice books, so that there will be some absolute banging bargains in amongst all the kind of bread and butter items that I can put up available. Yeah, let's just see how it goes, shall we? And hopefully it'll be good for you. It'll be good for me. Might be a wee bit entertaining. Who knows? But for now, I may see you tomorrow morning. Saturdays can be a bit busy, so I might not get a sales video out, but I will try and do a short one at least. Sunday, we'll be back with the breakdown of everything that's going to be available on the Monday live sale, and then we'll be going live on Monday about 7 p.m. I'll get that set up as soon as I've got my complete list of books, and that'll be included in the description for that live stream as well, so again, people know what's coming, in what order, and you can have a look and see if there's something you're going to be interested in. Let's see how it goes. Excellent. Alright, that's all for today. I hope the sound and everything's been slightly better on this. I've moved the setup about a wee bit to try and improve on that, because I know this microphone is mince, to say the least. But yeah, that's it. Alright, all for now. Love you. See you. Bye.